The first test conducted was the Rockport walking test. This test was conducted by researchers at Rockport University in order to determine if VO2 max could be measured using walking rather than running. The research determined that the 1-mile walking test provides reliable results for a submaximal, not maximal, VO2 test. For people that have health concerns or do not live an active lifestyle, most of the cardiorespiratory fitness assessments cannot be done because this would have them either jogging or running, and they may not be able to complete the assessment and obtain accurate results. Therefore, this test was intended for men and women ages 20 to 69 years old and has proven very useful and beneficial for older and/or sedentary adults. To conduct the test, first, make sure that there's a stopwatch available, scale to measure body weight, either a paper and pencil or a phone to be able to record data, and a calculator. Heart rate monitor is optional. Then you would have the person warm up for around 5 to 10 minutes by doing stretches and possibly some light jogging. It is also important to note that the subject should have good running shoes and loose-fitting clothing. Second, preferably on a 400-meter track field, simply have the person walk a mile as fast as they can, like in the video. Once the mile is completed, have the person immediately check their heart rate. This can be taken either by pulse using carotid or radial sights, or you can wear a heart rate monitor or something as simple as a smartwatch. To measure heart rate using pulse, simply find either the carotid or radial vein and feel for the heartbeat using only the index finger and the middle finger. Once found, count to 15 or have someone else watch the stopwatch. Once you have determined how many heartbeats there were in those 15 seconds, multiply that by 4 to get your heart rate and plug in the heart rate into the equation for the mile walking test to determine VO2 max.
I know.
Distance runs are often used to determine VO2 max because it requires them to run a certain distance as fast as possible with maximal effort. While this is a good assessment, for some it could heighten the risk of cardiovascular or orthopedic injury, especially in those that do not jog regularly or have trouble finding a good pace. To address this problem, a person by the name of J.D. George developed a submaximal 1-mile jogging test for people ages 18 to 29, requiring only moderate steady-state exertion. To conduct this test, first make sure that there's a stopwatch available, scale to measure body weight, either a paper and pencil or a phone to be able to record data, and a calculator. Heart rate monitor is optional. You would then have the person warm up for around 2 to 3 minutes by doing stretches and possibly some light jogging. It is also important to note that the subject should have good running shoes and loose-fitting clothing. Once warm-up is completed, on a 400-meter field, have the person jog 1 mile. The mile should be completed in at least 8 minutes for males and 9 minutes for females. Once the person finishes the mile, immediately measure heart rate using either by pulse, a heart rate monitor, or even a smartwatch. To measure the heart rate using pulse, simply find either the carotid or radial vein and feel for the heartbeat using only the index finger and the middle finger. Once found, count to 15 or have someone else watch the stopwatch. Once you have determined how many heartbeats there were in those 15 seconds, multiply that by 4 to get your heart rate and plug in the heart rate into the prediction equation for the mile jogging test to determine VO2 max. It is especially important to note that the post-exercise heart rate should not exceed 180 beats per minute.